What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews, and the WNBA is back, and I've got some more free picks for you. Firstly, quick recap on the day that was. Our last video, we went 3-2. Somewhat winning day, but nothing I'm ultimately too proud of. We cashed Warner Bonner over her points, Kaylin McBride under hers, Chelsea Gray, we got her over points plus assists. Got close on a couple others, but didn't get there. Brianna Stewart, we took her under in her three-pointers. She hit two of them. And Alyssa Thomas, we needed some more points and rebounds for her. She got close, but close doesn't pay the bills. But ultimately, not too upset about it. I know a lot of people sucked on that day. It was hard to cap that last set of games. I'm not going to lie to you. This was pretty hard too. But I do have a giveaway, by the way. So please check the NFL Best Bets video. All the giveaway information is there. I'm pretty much giving away $100 to one of my subscribers. So feel free to check that out. Now, I've got a couple of picks for you guys in this. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into these picks, shall we? Let's go. All right, with the Outlier, you know what it is. Outlier is the best tool for your player props. Go check it out. 7-day free trial in the video description below. Now, firstly, we are looking at the Liberty versus the Aces. Aces absolutely smoked the Liberty in game 3. A lot of the damage was done in the third quarter, though. The rest of the game is pretty close, but that third quarter absolutely blew them out of the park. I said it on my last video. Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray all need to play well in order for the Aces to win, and they did, right? But that makes this game difficult because I like to fade recent results in the playoffs. Now, which one of those do you take the under on? I'm thinking it's Jackie Young, but at 16.5, I just don't have the balls to play it, to be honest. So the bets I have on this game are only on the Liberty players. The first one that I am taking, and I might just be stubborn on this one. Actually, I am stubborn on this one. I'm running back the exact same play that I had last time, and that was Brianna Stewart under 1.53 pointers made. And I'm doing that in a parlay for her to score more than 15 points. So let's talk about it. She had 2 3-pointers in that last game. 33 minutes. She took 4 attempts. And I said it in the last video. The risk in this play is the volume. The volume being crazy high. Could get 2. But leading up to that last game, she was shooting 21% from deep in the playoffs. And she just shot 50%. What are the chances of her shooting 50% again? Well, if you look at her last 10 games, she hasn't had back-to-back games with 2 or more 3-pointers. So I'm running it back. Brianna Stewart, under 1.53 pointers made. That in a parlay with 15 plus points. So that's plus 110 odds. Give me that plus money. Now, letting you know now, if this bet loses and the Aces somehow win this game and they force game 5, I am that stubborn. I'm going to bet this again. She owes me money. So Brianna Stewart, brick some 3-pointers or just take some layups, woman. Now, that's not the most creative play out there, and I'm probably sure you watch this video because I have insights that most people don't have, and I bet things that most people wouldn't be betting. And that's what I got for you right here. We're looking at Jonquel Jones, and I'm looking to take her over in her PRA today. Hitting the over on Jonquel, 25.5 PRA. Now, I am fading recent results in this one. She had a stinker in game 3. Check it out. 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. Ugh. Now, part of the challenge for Jonquel Jones is she found some foul trouble. And throughout the regular season, she was finding foul trouble like a motherfucker. She was finding it all the time. This woman can't set a screen to save her life. But throughout this series, she had been good until game 3. Now, the line at 25.5 is pretty low. And when I say that, it's because she's hit this PRA in 14 out of 21 games against the Aces, averaging 26.71. Now, she's played the Aces 6 times this season. She's hit this in 5 out of the 6 games. Check it out. Outside of that last game, where she had a stinker, had a lot of foul trouble, prior to that, Jonquel Jones was killing the Aces. Now, that whole third quarter where they collapsed, Jonquel Jones, I think she picked up her 4th foul at the start of the third quarter. She had to sit pretty much the whole quarter, and the Aces absolutely ran all over them. I think she's going to hold herself accountable. She's partly to blame for that third quarter collapse. She's a very important piece of their puzzle, and when she's not out there, Liberty looked terrible. So Jonquel Jones, I think she bounces back, is what I'm trying to say. I think she bounces back in this game. I put it this way. Brianna Stewart had a massive game in game 1, and the Aces have pretty much contained her for the rest of the series. Well, in the 2 games since. Sabrina Ionescu had a massive game 2, and they pretty much shut her up in game 3. She did nothing. Jonquel Jones, the only one yet to have a big game in this series, and I think in order for the Liberty to be competitive and even win this game, I think Jonquel Jones needs to be out there, and she needs to have a big game. I think adjustments need to be made for the Liberty. Now, the way that the Aces were defending Sabrina in the pick and rolls, very different to what they had been doing previously. In the first couple of games, they were happy to let Sabrina play one-on-one on Jackie Young. They just let him go one-on-one. Sabrina got to pick her spots, hit a lot of floaters in the lane, right? In game 3, they said, no, we're not doing that shit anymore. There was a lot of hedges, a lot of hard blitzers. They were playing very physical with her. Now, the adjustment that Liberty need to make if they're going to beat that blitz and that hedge is she's got to find Jonquel Jones. She's got to find her rolling off these screens. She might even want to fake these screens and just start rolling early. So I think Jonquel Jones is going to have a lot more usage. She's going to see more opportunity if the Aces defend the same way, and I think they will. The Predator, she's going to come out hungry in this game. She's going to eat a shit ton of rebounds too. She's going to get some buckets in a bounce back game. So Jonquel Jones, over 25.5 PRA. If she has a monster game, come back, write it in the comment section because you heard it here first. And if she sucks, you guys are probably going to come back and tell me that I'm shit anyway. That's what tends to happen. But they're the only bets that I have in this particular game. Brianna Stewart probably does what she has been doing, which means she'll probably get close to her lines, but might not hit it. Sabrina, I wanted to take Sabrina for a bounce back, but based on how they're defending on her at her size, it could be difficult for her to just bounce back. And there are some other things that she could be doing, some more off-ball actions potentially, but Sabrina does a lot of great work off the ball already. So I don't know how much more she could be doing. So we'll see. I think that whole Liberty offense was pretty poor in that last game. So, and I think Jonquel Jones is a big part of that. But I'm happy to just run with Jonquel Jones. We'll see what Sabrina does. If I see what Sabrina does in game 4, if there's a game 5, I think I'm going to have a good look for it then. But for now, that's all I've got in this particular game. The next one is the Lynx versus the Sun. Now, this, I was finding the Connecticut Sun games the easiest ones to bet on this whole playoffs. Everything seemed very predictable. I knew what adjustments they were going to make. I knew who was going to do what. And then that last game, Brianna fucking Jones happened. What the hell was that? Brianna Jones comes in, plays about 29 minutes, scores 21 points from 13 shot attempts, right? She pretty much made it impossible for everybody to hit their points prop, except for DeWanna Bonner. The problem there with Brianna Jones is even though she scored a lot of points when she played, their defense was awful when she was on the court. So the Connecticut coach, she's going to make some calls. Well, he's going to make some calls. I don't even know if it's a guy or a girl, but they're going to make some calls on whether they're going to play Brianna Jones extended minutes or not. They got to figure out how to make it work because she did score some points. At the same time, their offense looked terrible when she was out there. She was just jamming up the whole offense, which threw everybody out of rhythm. Marina Mabry was terrible because of Brianna Jones was out there. The rhythm was just not there. Even my girl DeWanna Bonner, she barely got many shots up. So I actually found this one extremely difficult. The Lynx have always been difficult to bet on when it comes to player props. Connecticut have been easy until that last game because we don't know what Brianna Jones is going to do. If she's going to play a ton of minutes, Alyssa Thomas might not score as much, right? The offense is going to be slower, even slower. So they're going to have no flow. So I found it difficult, but I did find one. And the one bet that I'm taking in this game is for DeWanna Bonner, believe it or not. Now, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but DeWanna Bonner is one of the most consistent players in the playoffs. Now, she was a fucking nightmare to bet on throughout this regular season. You didn't know what she was going to be doing. But look at the numbers in the playoffs because I'm looking at her over 21.5 points and rebounds. She's hit this in 4 out of the 5 games in the playoffs, averaging 23.8. Her minutes are always going to be there. There's no one like her on this team. She can't be replaced. She's a genuine 3. She can play big. She can play small. She's got length. And she's essential for this team. So she's going to get minutes regardless. Now, I bet her over 14.5 points in the last game. She scored 16. But what was crazy is she only took 9 shots, 4 from 9 from the field, but she'd get to the free throw line, which is good, which, this is an extra 3 to 4 shots that she's taking. But that might take her to 12. Now, I was banking on at least 15 shots for DeWanna Bonner in that last game, and it did not happen because of Brianna Jones. But in saying that, all the starters were fucked except DeWanna Bonner. She's like a cockroach. Like nothing's going to stop her from getting her points by the looks of things. So which is why I'm running it. I'm taking the over 21.5 points and rebounds. Firstly, the odds for it are terrific. Minus 104. A lot of these lines in the playoffs are sharp as hell. This one, I feel like there's a bit of an edge to it. Connecticut are at home. DeWanna Bonner should see more volume based on what we have seen in this playoffs. If we think about the game that Connecticut won, DeWanna Bonner took 17 shots, right? So if DeWanna Bonner can get more volume, that would be nice. But I think the rebounds will also be there as well. Brianna Jones, she's not rebounding very well at all. Her line's at 3.5. So if Brianna Jones does play, we should get more rebounds. If Brianna Jones doesn't play, we should be able to get more shots here for DeWanna Bonner. That's the angle that I see. So she's going to get her minutes. She's going to get her opportunities. Does she get a lot more rebounds? I don't know. Does she get a lot more points? It all comes down to the coach and what Brianna Jones does. Now, if we think about the other players on this Connecticut Sun team, because I looked at all of them, Alyssa Thomas, I wanted to pick her for a bounce back. She shot the ball poorly to start the game, but she still finished shooting 50% from the field. Problem is, again, Brianna Jones is going to impact Alyssa Thomas' ability to score. So that made it difficult. Dejanay Carrington, she took 15 shots in that last game. She shot 33% from the field. I wanted to take her bet, but you can't guarantee that type of volume with her shots, right? She hasn't shot very well. She's shooting 10% from downtown in her last 10 games. I think she's 0 from 9 in her last 2 when it comes to shooting threes. I don't think I can take her at odds in the line that she's at, so I couldn't play that. Marina Mabry, I wanted to bet her over for a bounce back, but she's been bad for 2 games now, and this Minnesota defense has figured her out, so I don't know if I could bet that. And then we look at this Minnesota team, right? Who we got? Kayla McBride. Her point line is back down to 13.5. I played the 14.5 last time. I'm not playing the 13.5 because she's going to finish on 13 or 14 points. I'm not game enough to do that. Nafisa Collier had a great scoring game in that last one, and partly that's because Brianna Jones was there, right? With no Brianna Jones, they can defend Nafisa Collier better. Brianna Jones is on there. Collier is going to eat them alive. They don't rotate. They don't move fast enough to defend her. So a lot of it, believe it or not, it hangs on Brianna Jones. Now, I just came up with an idea. I might run a parlay based on what I think is going to happen. One parlay if Brianna Jones plays, and another parlay if Brianna Jones doesn't. Now, I'll share that to everybody who's in my VIP. There's a lot of you guys in my VIP right now. There is the 7-day free trial. So if you're interested in checking it out, use the code SWEEP on Winnable. The link for that's in the video description below. But yeah, I thought that. I'm going to run 2 parlays, the with Brianna Jones, the without the Brianna Jones, how these players get impacted. So I think that'd be pretty cool. We'll probably still fucking lose because that's what parlays are all about. But I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I'll only play a little bit on it. But that pretty much concludes this video. Obviously, I'm just waffling about. I haven't got any notes on this at all. I just knew in my mind what I was going to play because I've already put the bets down. But to recap it all, only the 3 bets I've got for this video. We've got Brianna Stewart under 1.53 pointers in a parlay with her to score 15 points, plus 110. The next page, Jonquel Jones over her PRA of 25.5. Big bounce back game for the Predator. She sucked in the last one. I think she needs to be better. And then the last one's Dawana Bonner over 21.5 points and rebounds. Pretty much she's hit this extremely well in the playoffs, 4 out of 5. With no Brianna Jones, she's going to get more shots. With Brianna Jones in the lineup, she's going to get a lot of rebounds. Regardless, we put points and rebounds together, and we hope she gets enough opportunity to catch them all. So best of luck. Let me know in the comment section what bets you guys have in this game. I'd be really interested to know, and please put the reasons why, because I found this quite difficult to land on these 3. So we'll see how everything settles once these games are done. But best of luck to you. Be sure to check out that NFL video so you can jump into that giveaway. It's $100. I'm going to be sending it to somebody, and it's only to my subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.